It's never too late to talk about podcast.
Here comes a hyena.
Take
one step, two step, one step, two step.
Stampede.
Stampede. You can't see, but your uncle killed him.
Was a lion, little lion.
Dad is dead.
Dad is dead.
Oh, man.
Funny Froot Loops, Bert. We might have to keep some of it. We might have to go find some. Well, thank you, Randy Newman, for we've already found our famous for singing us into the Mini Monday episode
here
today.
with us.
Found out he's the final evolution of Elton John.
Yeah,
the older he gets, he just turns into Randy Newman. So thanks again, Randy. Merry Mini Monday Chunkies. I'm Carter.
Doge.
Jordan.
Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con is happening. It's here.
Happening.
That is a bucket list thing for me. I want to go.
Big
I'd
time.
love to.
And Comic-Con was already a big deal, but it continues to be more and more a big deal as we get more incredible video games coming out.
Oh, my goodness.
Not just, it's like every week it feels like there's a new really, really good video game coming out. And then obviously a big part of Comic-Con is superheroes. And so we get a ton of good superhero movies. So we see all these kind of things. And so we've talked about before, Netflix is trying to compete with Disney with original content. And there's actually so much original Netflix content, I'm losing track. I remember it used to just be like, we just finished Stranger Things season 3.
Some of us,
I'm not going to say anything, but it used to just be like, okay, awesome. This House of Cards. Cool.
Yeah.
Like this is like one of the only things that they do.
Arrested Development season 4.
So they're doing The Witcher. And this is why I bring up Comic-Con because it is a video game turned. And
books turn video game turn show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do y'all pronounce it Cavill or Cavill?
I think it's Cavill.
It's Cavill.
No,
Cavill?
I think we thought it was Cavill and then learned it was Cavill, right?
I think it was the other way around.
No, because I always said Cavill.
Regardless, Superman.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill. Because is there anything else he's done? He was in a Mission Impossible movie.
He was in Immortals, which I enjoyed.
Wasn't he the man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Yeah.
Well, so I'm realizing he's done a lot. And now he's doing The Witcher, and there's a preview out. And I think that's worth a look.
Really?
Yeah.
There is. It almost feels like, I don't know if we get to say Game of Thrones vibe anymore, but anytime a streaming service is doing a big, fantastical, epic-looking thing.
Like a fantasy style thing.
Yeah, like a fantasy style thing, you can't help but think of like who did it first really well.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we're living in the golden age of fantasy TV right now.
100.
With The Witcher.
Yep.
With the Wheel of Time stuff coming out. With the Amazon Lord of the Rings. Netflix is working on a Narnia adaptation.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. This is like a great time to be a fantasy dork and also have some streaming service.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I was talking, and it was perfect that we were going to transition into this, but before we started recording, Jordan was talking about how he's playing Breath of the Wild some more.
Yeah.
And we had one of these conversations
Going
to
back
where
to my 250-hour plus save.
when I take a step away and kind of watch something as a movie viewer and a critic and just being like, well, that's dead on. Like they're saying a bunch of strange, like you said something along the lines of, when you get like 3 iron.
It's 3 iron shrooms and whatever fish boosts defense with a dragon horn, and you cook that up. It gives you a 30-minute, like 3 defense buff. Used it for Trial of the Sword. Don't worry about it.
I'm telling you, that is real. Like what you were talking about is real.
Yeah.
But there would be people that
it's
were
like if you talk about League of Legends and I'm just zonked. I'm out. I got nothing.
We're going to talk about more of that tomorrow because I think I've got a good reason to be the hunk 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
Because that experience blew my mind.
Fair.
But let's jump in. So I'm getting a lot of excellent feedback. I'm going to do a special like Mini Monday shout out. But my brother and sister-in-law, so they love Two Chunks. And it's really cool because I really respect like their take on a lot of things.
Fair enough.
Because we've got a lot of similarities and stuff, especially with Dillman, who's Chelsea's oldest brother. They're loving Extra Credit. I'm getting a lot of good feedback.
Oh, it's a great game.
Fun.
From Extra Credit.
It's fun and we're bad at it.
I know. Do you
are
think
bad
we
at
should it be one of those things? Like what's the sword thing in Breath of the Wild?
Trials of the Sword.
Should it
needs
be
to
a
be
Trials
hard
of
to
the
win.
Sword kind of thing? Does it need to be hard to win, or do we need to flex it down to 9 points?
No.
Oh, I think it needs to be hard. I've yet to decide. So like, I'm stuck in this nebulous space of like, is this something that I would be better than normal people at, and I'm still that bad at it, so it's too hard to play?
Right.
Or am I just bad at it?
Yeah.
And my expectations on myself are far too high.
Well, I've got a little bit of help today because I did look up. IMDb does actually have a way that they calculate these. And it's got listed out as to why
No way.
they would make the known for section.
No way.
If y'all haven't listened to it before, shame. So Extra Credit is a game that I made up. And on IMDb, you will get 4 best known for credits per actor.
Right.
Okay, does that make sense? When you're looking through their credits and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so the whole point is to work as a team. You'll be given 3 actors and you have to get a total of 10 points. Each movie you guess correctly that's in the known for section is 1 point. If you get all 4 of them, you get an extra 2. So honestly, guessing something perfectly sets you up real nice because then you only have to get half of the other 2 actors.
Yep.
So on the IMDb Internet Movie Database Help Center, they have explained the known for title section.
Okay, I love this.
So every credit in the filmography is assigned a weight based on a series of factors that may include, you ready? The job performed on the title. So a credit as director will have more weight than a credit as a production assistant. So and that's also talking about those kind of things. So the frequency of credits for a particular job in the context of the person's filmography. So writing credits frequently credited as a writer than as a producer. The type of title. So a credit for a theatrical feature has a different weight than a credit for a short film or a TV series. In the case of Will Smith.
Which is crazy that Fresh Prince still made it for Will Smith then.
Right.
That's just how big that is.
Popularity of the title. That's where that comes in. So this takes into the consideration then a number of hits, page views. So this is IMDb's hits, page views, the average user rating, any awards won by the title, and several other indicators. So
that would be why Kevin James has 2 Blarts.
Two Blarts and no King of Queens. King of Queens didn't win Emmys.
Right.
But Paul Blart won Oscars.
Just swept.
Yes, it took everything. And you know what I realized? His name Albert in Hitch is almost a whatever you call it.
Anagram?
I am Lord Voldemort for Blart.
Yeah.
Tom Marvolo Blart.
Yeah. And then finally...
Tom Blart below Riddle.
Oh, gosh. Finally...
Blart de Mort.
The relative... I have to cut these things off sometimes because I know it'll go on forever, even though I want it to, but I want people to listen. The relative importance of the credit among similar ones for the same title. Okay. So, for example, an acting credit for someone who received top billing will weigh more than an acting credit for a cameo appearance.
There's a lot of factors here.
There are a lot of factors, but I think that's helpful for you. So we're going to do a special because tomorrow we're doing the proposal.
It's true.
So we're going to do a special version of this. I'm going to go ahead and do our top 2 actors for that.
Sure.
And then for our final actor this time, I always love when there's a little bit more checks and balances and some strategy in just any kind of game. And so I'm going to give you options, 3 different options. And that'll be the very last one. So you can do it depending on, well, we need to get it perfect. So let's try and make sure we get someone with all these credits. Anyways, let's start with Lady Sandra Bullock. I need her top 4 known for credits.
Okay. I got something crazy to say. Do you think Bird Box is going to be in there? Because people made a huge deal about Bird Box. And if IMDb ranks them according to how frequently they're searched, Bird Box might be in one of the top 4 spots at this point in time.
I don't think it would be. She has a lot of credits.
She does a lot of credits. Wasn't she a producer or something on Bird Box, though?
I don't know.
She actually produces a lot of the stuff she's in.
It could be. So I just don't know that it would beat out. I feel like Blindside's got to be in there.
Blindside probably. I feel like Miss Congeniality's got to be in there.
1 or 2, though.
Yeah.
1 is probably my guess.
I think it's 1.
But she could be in there for Speed.
Yeah.
And I could actually honestly see the Proposal being up there. It's a pretty popular movie. I feel pretty confident about The Blind Side.
We don't have a lot to lose at this point, so let's start guessing.
It's not like our reputations have anything good here.
At this point, people will be more shocked if we get one right than if we get one wrong.
How do you feel about The Blind Side?
I feel like that is a great choice.
Okay, let's lock it in.
Bong bong.
God
you wrong.
Bless. Immediate.
Sorry.
How about, what if I was just like, how about Bird Box to spite you?
It would have stung. If it's in there, I'm going to eat crow, which is a bird. In a box.
When I was shouting out earlier too, it's Hallie and Dillman. Sorry. No one's just going to be like, oh, I know who your in-laws are.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think you said Dillman.
Love you, Hallie and Dillman. I said Dillman. I didn't say Hallie.
I'm going to censor their names right there.
Beep. Sounds like you're cursing. Okay. Well, I really thought Blindside. So now
Let's do miscongeniality.
You locking it in?
Yeah.
Bing, bing.
Okay.
1 point.
Two could be up there as well. They could both be up there. Now, I feel that there is a good chance that Speed is there, but also, who knows?
I know.
I know you know.
Speed is a possibility.
I think Miscongeniality 2 could be up there.
Okay, let's try it. You want to lock it in?
Okay.
You locked it in? No.
Bong.
Bong, bong, guys.
Bong.
You've only got one, and you can only get one more point with her.
Proposal?
I feel like there's a good chance, but I also felt like the other ones were good options. So what do I know?
Bird Box, lock it in.
Oh, gosh, Doge.
Bong, bong.
Okay, it's fair.
The Proposal.
There it is.
Miscongeniality. Gravity.
Oh, we're idiots.
And
Gravity.
Speed.
Speed was.
Speed was there.
You have 1
1
point.
We literally can't win.
How fun. So,
Yeah, we can.
Oh, I
you
guess we
can.
could if
You have
we-
to get something perfect. Here's Ryan
you-
Reynolds.
Both perfect.
What about Ryan Reynolds?
Okay.
Deadpool's in there for sure.
You think so?
Uh-huh. Sure do.
First one?
First one.
Only?
Only.
Okay.
Bing, bing. That's the number one.
You think we got a Grantern?
Oh, man, maybe. So Amityville Horror, Green Lantern, a series. Oh, maybe Just Friends.
Think we got a Proposal?
There's a chance. It's big. If
Yep.
it's big enough for Bullocksies, it might be big enough for Reynoldsies.
Thanks, Smeagol.
I was like, that he's in a movie called Smeagol?
He's in the Amityville Horror, but I don't think that one's up there. Oh, man.
You have not mentioned 2 of the ones that are actually.
Oh, no.
Boy. Okay.
So obviously it's X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I think it's probably either Just Friends or The Proposal is in there. Or maybe Green Lantern. But it's only one of them.
Yeah.
Unless the Amityville Horror made a...
You need to
appearance.
get 3. So you need to get 2 more of him and then hope you get perfect the last one.
You lead the way. I led the Deadpool charge. You lead the slot 2 charge. And
It
I'll
could be
lead-
Deadpool 2
I'll
is
lead
the
slot
thing.
3. Yeah. Could be Deadpool 2.
Because we mentioned that as well. Oh, man.
This is a hard game, Carter.
Well,
You made a hard game for us.
there it is.
What else? What else has he been in that... I'm blanking on Reynolds. What
Yeah,
else has he
I don't
been in
know.
that...
I'm blanking. Somebody is listening right now and screaming at us.
It could
Their
be
movie that-
Origins Wolverine.
You just need to at least
genuinely.
get 2 of 3 on these last 3 to have a chance to win.
I think Proposal is going to be in there.
Okay.
You want to lock it in?
Okay.
Bong, bong. You got to get the last 2 right.
Okay. Just Friends is huge. Was Van Wilder huge? I don't think Van Wilder was huge
I don't
enough
think so.
to be that. Just Friends was pretty big.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't know though. I mean, it was big, but I don't know if it was.
But would Just Friends like have a panel at Comic-Con?
No. Was that a hint?
Is it Deadpool 2?
Bing, bing.
Oh, okay.
One more. You got to get this to even have a chance to win it all.
Both daddies. Okay. So that was probably the one we had already mentioned, which means there's one
no Green
floating
Lantern,
around
huh?
nebulous.
What a Ryan Reynolds movie that we forgot. The Lost Reynolds Archives.
What? Okay, so it's not Green Lantern. There's a Reynolds movie that is escaping our grasp currently that we're not thinking of. And I'm sure that somebody is yelling it. But
If you are, please yell louder. We can't hear you.
Think if there's one that we haven't mentioned.
Text it to us.
One of these final 2 you have mentioned and one you haven't, which probably makes it harder or easier. I have no idea.
Those are the 2 options.
It's going to be one of those.
It's either harder
or
easier.
make it exactly the same.
Or it's just the same.
So we've only got one guess left, and we've already said one of them. So let's think of them. We don't have to think of the mystery Reynolds.
I feel like the mystery one could be easier because if we come up with one that it's like we haven't said that, oh, that's definitely it.
I think you should still stay with the panel theme.
It's Grantern.
You think so?
You got 2 chances there.
I
It's
think
either Green Lantern or X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I don't think it's that
I
one.
don't think 3 of his top 4 are him playing Deadpool.
Okay. Well, they could be. You want to lock in Green Lantern?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Bong, bong. Deadpool 2, X-Men Origins Wolverine,
You're kidding.
and Buried. When he's in a
Buried
coffin.
is in his top 4?
What a weak top 4 for a great actor.
Yep. So that's
I've seen Buried.
3.
It's okay.
Here's the thing.
Whoa.
I might give you the win if you get all 4 of these right. You've got options, and we're doing it based off of connections, okay?
Okay.
No, it's not Betty White. It's actually not anyone else in this movie.
Not Craig T. Nelson.
No, Oscar Nunez?
It's people attached to our top 2 actors.
Okay.
So
Sandra Bullock is
Blake
known.
Lively.
Sandra Bullock is, no.
Oh.
Sandra Bullock's coach, if you remember, in Miss Congeniality.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Sandra Bullock's fellow speedster, Keanu Reeves. Or Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively.
So it was Blake Lively.
You get to pick one of those 3.
Oh, Blake Lively might be kind of easy.
Keanu Reeves.
I feel like I could knock out 3 of Blake Lively's back to back to back.
Gotta have 4, though.
Okay. I was going to say Michael Caine, but I feel like it would be really hard.
Because he got 1,000.
Because it's which Christopher Nolan movies have people searched IMDb for the most.
Right. Keanu might be pretty simple.
Matrix, John Wick 1, 2, 3.
Well, I was going to say Matrix, probably Matrix, like Matrix, John Wick, probably, what's the one with him and Dempsey? Or not Dempsey, Swayze.
So is Michael Caine out?
Yeah, I think we're going to nix Michael
Caine's
Caine. I feel like I could crush Blake Lively real quick, but I don't know.
Let's do it.
Okay, what do we have to lose, right?
For real.
We've done really bad.
So Blake Lively.
Yes.
Great. I'll tell you the Keanu Reeves movies.
Okay.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yep.
Point Break.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Matrix Reloaded.
Okay. So
No John Wick.
we would have Point Break was the one I was talking about. So we would have gotten 3 and then been out.
Yeah.
Blake Lively. Have at it, boys. You got a chance. I'm going to give it to you if you get all these
Can
right.
I ask if one is a TV show?
I mean, yeah.
It is?
Mhm.
Okay. So Gossip Girl.
Bong, bong. I'm kidding. Bing, bing. You got it.
I feel like The Town probably.
Probably.
I feel like Green Lantern probably. And then we just have
Probably.
one more to fill in.
Probably Age of Adeline.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Do you want to lock in those 3 at once?
Let's go one at a time.
Okay.
It ups the tension. You want to do The Town?
Yeah.
Lock in The Town.
Bing, bing.
You want to lock in Green Lantern?
Yep.
Let's lock in Green Lantern.
Bong, bong.
Really?
Green Lantern strikes out for that entire couple. It is Age of Adeline. The 4th one was actually The Shallows.
Oh, with the sharks?
Yep.
I wouldn't have gotten there.
That's good now. I mean, I got 6 points, but that's extra credit.
Is that the worst we've ever done?
It's the hardest game. Yeah.
Is it really?
I think that's the worst
Yeah,
we've
because I
ever
think
done.
I did 8 and 9.
Because we just really beefed it on Sandra Bullock, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That,
I think the fact that gravity wasn't even a part of the conversation
Yeah.
threw you off.
I
Yeah.
can't figure out this game. And by that, I mean, am I worse at things than I think I am? Or is this game harder
might-
than...
I think it's
It's tough. It might just be tough in general. We'll scrap it. We don't have to.
No, I love
I'm
it.
kidding.
We'll cut
No.
it.
Do you like being able to choose your last actor?
Yes.
I don't know.
Did
Because
that make it harder?
No, I like it.
Okay.
I think I like it.
Cool. To end this episode, we quickly are going to talk about, we saw The Lion King.
We did.
see it.
The 3 of us went to go see The Lion King. There
true.
had been, it had a ton of hype, and then it started to get some newsworthy notes for the wrong reasons, for the reasons it would not hope or anticipate. Critics were saying maybe some similar things that we might say today.
I haven't read any of them.
Yeah. So it was at, I think
I
on
have read
Rotten
a few
Tomatoes
of them.
at the time when I went to go see it, which was, 2 days ago, 57% Rotten. And then the
54
audience,
when I went.
54, so it's going
Yeah.
down. And then the audience was like 92, 93.
Wait, really?
And so let's just talk about it briefly. The reason we wanted to not dedicate a full episode to this was we have reviewed The Lion King.
We already did that a few
before.
months ago.
We've got
Yeah.
the plot and stuff. And honestly, I would even say a special thing about this. I don't think we have to say spoilers. Like if you've seen The Lion King, you've seen this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would even say keep listening if you haven't seen this movie, right? Because sometimes we'll be like, if you haven't seen Endgame, turn off the podcast
Yeah, there's
now.
nothing to spoil
Because
here,
I
I
think
don't
people
think.
might appreciate more either a warning or a here's our
guys, let's
opinion
call it a
before
heads
you
up.
go in.
You ready, guys?
It's called a heads up.
Mufasa dies.
Well, shoot.
Sorry
that
to drop it on you
What was
like
it, the
that.
one, like a big thing that they changed?
So I did have a moment in the theater. There were a lot of kids in my showing because we went in the afternoon. And I did have a moment where I was like, am I sitting in a theater with a bunch of kids that are going to go through Mufasa's death for the first time?
Right.
Experiencing Mufasa's death in a theater was something very special and sad and hard for me.
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous. The kid, I got to
Yeah.
say, I got a shout out to these children.
Yeah.
I was nervous. There
Yeah.
were a lot of kids. They crushed it.
I mean, I still cried.
I did too.
But I'm such an emotional person.
Well,
but I
I
still cried.
even mean just in movie. I get nervous when there's a lot of kids in movies.
They didn't go crazy.
I mean, it was a lot of
I'm
children.
sure it was engrossing. So here's what's so interesting. Like, this is some of the best animation, personally. Like, I think especially when they're not moving their mouths very much or anything. But like these animals looked very real to me.
It's some of the most realistic animation.
I think the animals looked great.
And I think that hurt the movie.
I think so too.
Because we didn't have emotion. I couldn't get emotion out of them a lot of the times.
The animals did not emote at all. Each actor in this movie, and by actor I mean the ones we see on screen, each animal acting in this movie had the emotional range of Mr. Ed. Yeah. Like it was impossible
I was going to say,
feel
it felt like Homeward Bound.
Uh-huh.
And Homeward Bound had moments that were a little bit more like, but there was just something about, and that's what made it tough. And then honestly, like when you're going into this movie, are you really expecting it to be better than the original?
I don't think anybody was.
Well, here's the thing about it is that everywhere, in my opinion, everywhere that this movie succeeds is when it directly copies or references innovative creative work that was done
already
2.5 decades ago.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest successes for this movie for me is the shot-for-shot recreation of the Circle of Life.
Yes.
And that holds together, and it's really awesome until we get the scene where Rafiki is looking at Mufasa, and we're supposed to get a sense of the history and connection between these characters. And in the 2D animated one, we can watch our actors emoting. And in this one, we have a monkey blankly staring at a lion for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything about this movie that really hangs together well is
just paint by numbers.
Copying work. It's coloring in lines that were drawn to.
Yeah, and I mean, I was going to say, for me, in terms of like a theater experience, because I've seen them both in theaters, like the one thing this did better, the one thing that realism helped was the stampede.
Yes.
The stampede, to me, became way more intimidating and daunting and that kind of stuff.
Very scary.
Yeah, but I think Disney is, with all the remakes that they're doing, I can't believe, and I listened back, I think Jordan had an inkling. He was like, I think The Lion King is going to be we had a little bit that was like, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
And he was right. And I think it's because this shouldn't have been touched. Like, I think it was
this
too
movie,
good.
This attempt at a live action remake of The Lion King feels like trying to get to the moon in a like red wagon.
Yeah.
Where it's like, a great attempt to get there, I guess. Cool. You should have never tried.
Right.
There's no reason to try.
Yeah.
There's better ways to get there.
Because everything is hampered by this movie. Like, we take The Lion King and we run it through a filter of what would it look like if this was really happening with real animals. And that filter just doesn't need to be there because then we can't connect. Like we were talking about Mufasa's death earlier. I teared up because I'm remembering the emotional connection I have previously.
All my favorite things about this movie was giving me a callback to what I liked more.
It relies on the audience's familiarity and affinity for the original rather than doing something unique on its own.
I want to give it credit where it's due. It was a pretty faithful remake. As far as
for sure.
As far as like overall, like I would call this probably 90% more accurate than a lot of like remakes than I have seen.
And the good thing too, though, but that's what's also tough. Like everything that's good about this movie hurt it because Aladdin. I enjoyed Aladdin so much because it filled plot holes for me.
Yeah,
it fleshed out characters a little bit better.
This is like somebody covering Michael Jackson while dressed as Michael Jackson, singing to a Michael Jackson performance track, who is just not as good as Michael Jackson.
Right,
you know what
and
I mean?
It's like the elements are there, you're just not him.
Right,
and I think that I don't know this movie didn't work for me.
Guys, the performances, like even the human acting,
so flat,
was very bad.
Some of it was pretty flat. I'm okay with. I think it's better that Jeremy Irons wasn't attached to this version. Like it's better for Jeremy Irons.
I agree,
and I do think that Ejiofor did a good job.
I was going to say he might have been the strongest addition.
He's the only actor.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. But it was like of all these things, like if Jeremy Irons is also what they got, and you're gonna bring him back, but you're only gonna give Be Prepared 20 seconds.
Hey, Be Prepared is my super dump.
That's
for this
my
movie.
super dump too.
That was garbage.
Really? It was awful. It wasn't even. That's one of my favorite songs,
yeah,
and it was like 20 seconds.
It was
like a reprise.
It's not my super dump, but it's not great.
So that I think let's super pump and super dump then, because we don't have to do a full review. But let's super pump, super dump. My super dump then would be the combination of the music that was cut. Like Be Prepared was cut. And that sucks. And it was replaced with this infinitely worse chanty version that's just trying to be cool rather than super campy and fun and classic Disney villain song.
Yeah.
And then the other song that was cut was the one that we get
when he's running. And that was your super pump from the original.
The coolest song.
That's my favorite.
And they put a Beyonce song in there.
They put a bad Beyonce song
I like that song. I enjoyed it.
It does not fit with this movie.
It does not
as
work.
As a song, it's fine.
Yeah.
In this scene, it's just... So this movie... It felt like a corporate money grab because it was a corporate money grab.
The conspiracy theory about it is like Disney So this was made with no cameras, all digital.
Right.
They had basically iPads, visualizers on set that they could turn around. It was like an AR virtual reality set.
Wow.
Move actors around. The conspiracy theory is people are connecting dots between CG Tarkin in Rogue One and CG Leia and this movie, which is intended to look live action, and say Disney is working in the next 25 years to be able to create movies without any actors, having to pay actors to be on set. And they can just bring John Oliver in for half an afternoon and have him record all of his lines, pay him and get him out the door, and then make the movie with whatever he gives them. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a chance.
There's also a lot of rumors, like that kind of stuff happens with Disney all the time.
This movie
Anything with that
had
much power.
all of the heart removed from it, I feel.
Yes.
And
a good bit of it, yeah.
My super dump, I have a combo super dump and a combo super pump, and I'll explain. My super dump is the treatment of 3 characters. Rafiki, Timon, and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Rafiki's my favorite character from The Lion King, and he lost all fun and all whimsy in this. And he, like, I should have been tearing up when he says he's alive and paints the mane on Simba, and I should have been excited when he's running through, and it's just like, that was not good.
You didn't love that he pulled Simba's hair out of a dung beetle ball?
No, that was weird.
I kind of thought that was cool to show the actual, like, circle of life.
Yeah.
Not that the ball was circled.
Timon and Pumbaa, love Seth Rogen and love
Billy Eichner.
Billy Eichner, thank you.
Billy Eichner, I thought, did well, but they
were
not Nathan
fun.
Lane.
They were fun. They were not Timon and Pumbaa.
No.
And
Billy Eichner's
that's
got a
okay.
good singing voice.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I did not think so. I thought he was just okay. I thought whatever. But yeah, Timon and Pumbaa did not work for me. I did laugh at them several times, and I'm glad they were funny. They did not work for me.
I was totally.
Timon and Pumbaa.
I did have a lot of joy seeing Pumbaa wheeze like Seth Rogen does when he actually laughs.
Yes, I did as well.
That made me very happy.
My super pump is the return of James Earl Jones.
Which, isn't that weird for him? Chelsea, my wife was talking about that. It was just kind of like, what is that like? He's going back in to read this.
I feel like it's Gandalf or like it's Ian McKellen in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
I read
not
a
the
review
same.
of this that said that compared James Earl Jones' performance to a stage actor who's tired of playing the same role every night.
That's funny.
I was like, oh man, I totally see that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But my honest to goodness true super pump for this movie is John Oliver as Zazu.
Really?
Really?
It was the best possible choice they could have made short of Rowan Atkinson. I
Really?
feel like he was
Man.
perfect.
Yeah.
That is spicy for me personally because I think he's a perfect choice and I think he did not deliver.
Really? No, I think he was a
John
ton of
Oliver
fun.
did a horrible job.
It made his role, I thought he did a good job, but he did have one of the lines that got me a little cringy. It's almost like, putting in the Beyonce song because it's Beyonce, but like him talking about the news as Zazu was like,
It felt like Luke brushing debris off his shoulder like a hip hop artist. You know what I mean?
I'm saying it's like because it's his job.
Yeah.
Look, he's referencing, hey, want to make sure I'm John Oliver as.
Well, and it felt like Timon and Pumbaa singing 40 Seconds to Be Our Guest, which is just like,
I actually
liked
loved that.
I really, really did not like
I
it.
liked that.
It felt...
And I'm seeing how I'm contradicting what I just said, but I did love that.
No, that's the stuff I feel like the movie was missing is the Disney self-referential magic.
Well, make it more animated. My super pump almost was them singing in the jungle and having just the funny the lemur.
If Donald Glover doesn't lay something down over the beat of all the animals making noise, I'm going to lose my mind.
Right. Yeah. So my super pump was the rendition of... I really did like "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." I liked that whole scene. That's one of the. There were 2 ways I thought Disney could have done a better job. It would not have made them more money.
Yeah.
With what they did, just have it leading up to we're going to do a "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." It's going to be a single that comes out from Glover and Beyonce, and a special music video attached, and that's the only thing you ever do. Like, because how cool would that be? Like, think of the reaction. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so neat, and they made them the lions, but instead of having it a part of the whole movie, or as you're releasing Disney Plus, you own National Geographic. Make it a 6-part thing and point to the fact that like this looks like real animals.
Right.
This is such a National Geographic thing. Don't make it a full length like experience. Leave your house and go see this movie. That's my take on it. I felt like
should have been a Disney Plus release.
I felt like there was better ways to do it, but a Disney Plus release wouldn't have made $1 billion, which is probably still going to make a lot.
Yeah.
But
I haven't super pumped. My super pump is Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar.
Yeah, he did good.
He is actually the only cast member that I wasn't thinking of the original cast when he was talking.
He did really well. I was really impressed with that.
Glover as adult Simba?
I liked him as adult Simba. I thought his performance was very flat.
I thought it was better than it was Broderick.
I thought it was better than Matthew Broderick.
I did too. And I thought Beyonce was better than the OG Nala.
Maybe it was hard for me to connect emotively to those characters.
The moment they wake up, which I'm realizing was kind of like how it is in the cartoon, but I do love the whole cartoon. But the moment they grow up, I started to like the movie more. I think the second half was better than the first to me, personally.
I think the middle of the movie was nothing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, a 0 out of 10 almost.
That's the script. Like, The Lion King has a really, really paper-thin script and kind of a weak plot. The second act is a complete mess. It's really wimpy.
But that's why it's 90 minutes.
This adds an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And like in the cartoon, the kind of wimpy script is covered up by gorgeous animation and so much fun.
Yeah.
This movie was like grayscale.
Yeah.
Like, there was no color.
Yeah.
I wanted
thought
it
if anywhere, at least do it at. I just can't wait to be king.
That song was almost my super dump, but my wife would kill me because she loved the baby animals in that scene.
That was really cute. And they did do a good job of trying to make it look, I mean, it's not realistic, but to make it seem more natural than the fever dream that is that extra.
I like the fever dream.
I know.
So much more fun, though.
I thought the fight between Scar and Mufasa was great.
Almost my super pump. Loved it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. So the things like, there's not a lot of action sequences in The Lion King, right? There's a lot of actions taken, but the stuff that the realistic take on it made better were like the fight, like a fight scene or a stampede.
Oh, I do have to give credit to Keegan-Michael Key and Eric Andre as the hyenas. I actually really liked them.
I think they were super underutilized.
That was pretty funny. I think they were underutilized too. I could have used more of that.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I wish, and maybe this is just Keegan-Michael Key would have been a good box office ball choice, huh?
I guess so.
With Toy Story and Lion King.
Yeah, because I thought Lupita was the voice of
Shenzi.
But it's
Shenzi
not.
was totally wasted, by the way.
Yeah, they should have done more of that for her.
Yeah.
It's like they tried to make a strong female character, but they didn't give her enough credit.
But they forgot that they have to put somebody in the script for her to be a strong female character.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I think we should do a quick rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
you don't
would
have to read down the whole scale.
We don't have to read down the whole scale. So for me, it is still, I think honestly, it's a rent. And that doesn't mean I don't want, so a buy it to me in this sense means owning it.
Sure.
Not the buy the poster, but I think a rent would be like, if you want to go see this in theaters, go see it. Like you'll experience the music in beautiful surround sound. Not all the music is the same. You'll lose Be Prepared. It looks great. I don't think it's not worth at least going to see it. It disappointed me. I think it helped to know. I think my opinion would have been the same even if I hadn't heard other people's opinions before I went in. I think I still would have been like, it's just not doing it. Yeah. It might have had some optimism mixed in to where I was trying to make myself like it more.
Right, yeah.
But I would not see it, especially if you've got kids. I think that'd be fun. They're not going to be as offended because they weren't alive when that happened.
Right.
So
I'm going to give this a forget it. It's a piñata that they forgot to put candy in.
Yeah.
Like, it looks awesome on the outside. And you're like, man, I can't wait to crack this open. And then it's just empty.
That's really good.
And granted, that's coming from a place of really, really deep affinity for the original. Like I mentioned in our review, this was my movie. In the same way that all kids have their movie, The Lion King, the cartoon was my movie. So it's hard for something to measure up to that for me.
Right.
Yeah. So this movie for me, it feels like its only use as a movie is in 6 months when it's on Disney Plus. For parents who are tired of listening to the original Lion King on repeat to go, we want to watch a different Lion King? Just to have a different sound on while their kid is stuck in front of the TV.
That's funny.
That feels like the only purpose I can see for this movie beyond seeing it maybe once. And so I'm going to give it a stream it because I think that some of the music still had some magic. It was all reused music, but it was still there.
Right.
And it is pretty to look at.
Yeah.
But beyond saying, hey, what if instead of watching The Lion King for the 50th time, we watch a different Lion King?
Right.
That feels like the only purpose
And watch
for
The
this
Lion
movie.
King too.
Yeah. All right. Well, with all that being said, go see the movie and formulate your own opinion. We'd love to hear from that. We'd love for you to even let us know through our social medias.
Yeah.
Or through our email.
Please.
Continue to subscribe, rate, review. Thank you for listening to Medium Monday?
Macro Monday at this point.
Macro Monday.
Mega Monday.
So to end this episode, James Earl Jones kind of had to be Mufasa, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Or did he? To end this episode, give me your name and tell me who you think could have at least done close to
Okay.
the job of James Earl Jones.
Got it.
All right. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
I have a serious answer. Mine's not a joke.
Mine is serious too.
Okay.
Really?
Okay, good. Mine's a joke. I'm Carter. Vin Diesel.
Remember who you
That's the
are.
only reason I did it because I knew we would get a lot of Vin Diesel.
Remember who you are. Everything the light touches. That's the elephant graveyard. You must never go there. And you put Nawa's wife in danger.
Nawa's wife.
You put
It changes
Nawa's
the whole
wife
plot.
in danger.
I'm Doge and Andre Brower?
Oh,
Brower?
yeah.
Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
So good.
Just do Captain Holt as Mufasa.
That's good.
That'd be great. I'm Jordan, and I was going to say Charles Dance.
Ooh.
He's got the voice.
Yeah.
Tywin Lannister.
Tywin Lannister.
Oh.
He's got that voice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kind of make him British as well.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Finally, there's a reason.
They're brothers. I know we brought that up earlier. It's like, wait, you have an American accent and you're British.
Bye.